There can be only one podcast, and may it never sound as awful as this one. Hi, folks, I'm Matt, and this is a dilemma. We have a crisis here at our podcast headquarters. As you can tell, the sound here is beyond awful. And here's the deal. I have a new laptop. Bought it for Black Friday, got a great deal on it. It's a great laptop, great processor. Throughout the coming weeks, I was transferring every system over, and all my files got over, and I've been using this one a lot. But there's one thing this new laptop cannot do. It cannot detect my microphone system for my podcast, my Pro FX. It cannot find it. I'll connect it, and it doesn't even realize it's there. It says it's non-existent. It does not see anything in the ports. It says it has nothing connected to it. And I do not know what is going on. Now, I've been trying for over a month, 2 months now, to try to correct that issue. Because the only thing I do on my old laptop, the only thing I do is record the podcast and edit it. I edit too on the old laptop, since that's where I record the podcast. But now, ye old laptop has finally bit the dust. That's the problem right now I'm having. It finally bit the dust a couple of days ago after Wes and Brandon left. I was on there editing something, and everything froze up, and now it just goes super slow. I've restarted. I've done everything I could to fix it, but it's just dying. It's old. It's dying. And I knew this day would come. I knew it would come. But and I thought Benjamin would be here maybe to help me with the mic situation. Hopefully when he comes next month, he'll help me with it. But it is not even showing. That's the only, and this is a great laptop. I love this laptop. It's great. I don't even want to use the old one anymore. But I had to use it for, of course, to make sure that I got all my recordings done. And if it could just recognize this stupid mic, and I have tried over and over again to get it to recognize it, and it is a no-go. It is a no-go on this. This audio sounds awful. I have tested it out. It is the worst thing in the world. I cannot stand it, so I apologize for that. But I have no choice. The show must go on, as they say. I must do this. And I'm hoping in the next few weeks, or sooner than that, Benjamin will be back to kind of show me what is wrong with this brand new, very expensive. This is a gaming laptop too. Normally $1,200, but not for this guy. Not for this guy. Got on a good Black Friday sale. I had, $350 or $400 in saving, on gift cards and points saved up at the end of the year. And so I cashed it all in and got this for, a couple of $100. I was super happy about that. And I've been super happy about it ever since. I've loved everything on it, but for some reason it won't pick up the mic. So finally, the old laptop is kaput. And but if it could have helped, if it could have just stayed one more week or 2 more weeks to help me do a few more podcasts, I would have recorded more podcasts last week after Brandon and Wes left if I had known it was going to die on me. I've been working on this for the past hour and 20 minutes to try to get that mic again to get noticed by the system, and it's acting like it's not even connected. It's not even connected. So it's just really, really weird, and it's a shame. It's a shame. I don't have anything. My old Yeti mic, it stopped working, years ago, so I threw it away, and I have no replacement mic, and not even a crappy little, blue snowball or something to do that. I should have brought the one I had at work. So super disappointed about this, and apologize about the sound again. It's horrible. Sounds amateur. Miss my mic system. My beautiful, super expensive mic system will not connect to my beautiful, stupid new laptop. Stupid. It's stupid now because. But that's the thing. I've been dealing with this for quite some. And I didn't. You're like, well, Matt, did you see him in December? Remember, Benjamin's been gone since December, and I didn't get this thing. I was getting all the programs set up when I got it. I got it around a little bit after, right before December maybe, but I started setting things up. Didn't realize the mic was out until after he had left. Was still using my old laptop for that. But now he's been out and gone. I was stalling, hoping he'd be here, but now it's too late. The old laptop is dead. It is dead. Rest in peace, old laptop. You only had one function left, and you did it well. But unfortunately, this new one can't figure it out. By the time this podcast comes out, maybe someone has helped me with this. Benjamin's helped me with this, so don't worry about putting anything in the comments there. I'm just bummed that I have to do this. I mean, it could be worse. It could be I could have people over, and we could be sitting around a laptop, all sounding like we're in a cardboard box. But, oh well. Hey, but you know what? It's perfect because the bad audio is perfect for what I'm going to review, which is the Echo series today. So this podcast sounds awful. So is the topic. And you're thinking, Matt, why? Because don't you make fun of people who watch things that they hate and they know they're going to hate, but they watch it anyway? Yes, I do. And I say that's a waste of time. And to me, watching a lot of these Marvel shows now and movies and TV shows are a waste of time. But why do I do it? Well, Bruce really likes this. He still watches Marvel and keeps up with it. And the only podcasts that we really we do together are the Marvel reviews. We've done them for a while. They've been fun. But this is marking the third non-appearance by Bruce. The third non-appearance. Because that I've been watching stuff. The first one I think was for Secret Invasion. He didn't show up. I had watched it a while. I'd had it watched for a while, and he took his time. And when finally I said, look, are you going to finish it? So he was supposed to watch the last few episodes and see me. He didn't, because he didn't see the episodes. And so I was like, well, dude, I got to put something out. So I went ahead and recorded it. Then he saw Miss Marvel when it came out. He saw it in theaters. I just recently saw it when I did my review on it. So I tried to get him to come. He was going to come, and this time he forgot. I saw him that day, and that night he forgot. And so this time he was supposed to come over, but it just didn't work out. He's got a busy schedule. He's working all the time. I don't have him on as much anymore. Nothing wrong with Bruce. Bruce is still my best friend and everything, but he just works way too much now, and he can't do the podcast anymore. It seems like that. But we still watch these, and I watched Echo a week ago as this podcast comes out, and he had watched it. It's only 5 stupid episodes, and we were going to do a review on it, and neither one of us were excited about it, but that's what makes a fun podcast, how miserable we are. And so I sat down and watch this. But now this is the third time without Bruce that I'm reviewing these. And I seriously have been thinking while I was trying to get the stupid mic to work again, is this still worth it? Because when would I have stopped? I mean, the last movie I enjoyed for them was Doctor Strange 2 was okay. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it was okay. It was okay. It was so-so. And then what else was there? The TV show is probably Hawkeye. Last time I really enjoyed a TV show. Now, Echo comes out. Echo's like a spinoff of Hawkeye show. It's around a character I don't even care about. I knew they were going to do a spinoff of her. I was like, why? She was boring. She was terrible. I didn't really like her. But they want to do something about her. Okay, I guess. Let's go for it. So that's what I was looking at, and I knew Jeremy Renner wasn't going to be in it. They did a flashback with him in it, but it was used from the Hawkeye series. But they didn't bring him back for anything. So, tough getting anyone that worth a darn that you like. But they had like one cameo, if I recall, in the whole series, which they already spoiled. They already knew she was going to fight Daredevil in it for like just a minute or something. But Kingpin's in it too, and I like Kingpin. So I went in thinking, okay, now, is this, because everything now, the bottom drudge of the barrel for me, for Marvel TV shows, has got to be Secret Invasion. It was just so terrible. It was so terrible. Thankfully, this is not as bad as Secret Invasion. Okay? Not as bad. So it beats Secret Invasion, but anything beats Secret Invasion at this point. And then I started thinking, what else do I hate? Well, I didn't like Moon Knight. I didn't like Miss Marvel. So, and I can't remember if there were other shows that have been out since then. I should check my Marvel show. Loki 2 was decent. Loki 2, I think we talked about Loki 2, Bruce and I did, together. So we talked about Loki 2. That was decent. That was a decent show. It was okay. But when we go to talk about Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk. Oh, yes, She-Hulk. It beats does it beat She-Hulk? I got to think about this. Yeah, I think it beats She-Hulk. And that's about where it will be. And I mean, it lays on top of She-Hulk's dead body. That's how bad this series is. She-Hulk was really bad. But yeah, I think Echo may be slightly better than She-Hulk, but only slightly. So that's where it goes. That's how I'm going to rank it there. And now to just tear into this, because I'm going to. Because, I was hoping it'd be somewhat decent. I know there's a lot of people who hate Disney, hate Marvel. They're not going to watch it again. That's fine. But surely it's got to turn around sometime, right? And again, ultimately, as I complain about this, it is the writers. I know it's the writers. The writers are terrible. First off, let's talk about everything wrong. There's too many things wrong. I can't talk about all the things wrong with it. I want this podcast to be under 2 hours. So let me just talk. The first episode has a super long, boring, capital B, boring, 13-minute and 5-second intro to the character of Echo. You do not care at all. In fact, I was like, is this what it's going to... Because I kept checking the timestamp. I was like, when does this end? When does it end? When does it get to the point? Oh my goodness, it is a slow crawl. Nothing exciting happens. It is the worst way to introduce your series to people, is bore them for 13 minutes. By the way, what was the overall story? I have no earthly idea. I have a little bit of an idea. She's trying to get revenge on Wilson Fisk, even though he's dead. And Wilson Fisk has lackeys to capture her but not kill her because he wants her to come back to him, but she doesn't. The end. Really. Okay, well, I expected a 3-year-old to write this because that's all Marvel hires now is 3-year-olds. Or maybe, I think they're maybe all AI generated. Would you honestly make a lot of sense because it seems so bland. The story seems so awful. Talking about the Daredevil scene, it was cool that it's not from Daredevil's perspective. Like, she's busting up some gang. I still don't understand what was going on in that one. But then Daredevil shows up and says, I was watching those guys. You blew the whatever. Well, I don't know why. He said he was watching them all night and you just blew it. Okay, well, it's daytime, and why didn't you stop them early? I don't know. But anyway, Daredevil appears, and they had this big fight. They showed the fight in a preview, so it wasn't anything new. They kind of took out the most exciting thing about it. It's okay. There's a scene in the choreography where she stops her kick. Like, I guess they were looking for a hard edit. But then the director said, go ahead and kick him. Go ahead and kick him. Because she paused, and she has her leg up in the air, and then kicks. I'm like, what was that for? So, I don't know. It was just kind of weird there. I really did think there'd be more Daredevil, but there wasn't, because I guess they could only afford to have him in there for like a cameo, and that's a shame. Again, I like that you're seeing it from a third-person angle, like you're not seeing from Daredevil's point of view. Daredevil's the nemesis to all the villains there, so that was kind of cool. But other than that, the second episode showed I don't know how long the flash. I should have timed the flash, but it felt like 10 minutes. It felt like a whole lifetime, but it was probably 10 minutes long, where they're playing like Calvin Ball. A bunch of the Indians are, and they're doing this thing where through the ages, and in every episode they're showing a new girl as you're getting closer and closer to the end to Echo, that they all have this super ability. We don't really know exactly what it is, but they all come from a race of gods. All the women do, and they all have this super ability. And I guess it just shows them with it gives you a little background. Oh, excuse me. See, I'm bored talking about Echo right now. It gives you a background of each one. And the thing is, they do a silent movie for one, which is, okay, I get it, but I don't care. This one, they're playing a game so that the tribe can stay. The winning tribe will stay, the losing tribe will leave. What? Is that how they decided things? No, they fought and slaughtered each other. Come on, get out of here. They did. I don't even understand what was going on. But just to show that she had the power of her ancestors and whatnot. Which is these flashbacks do not pay off because all the 5 spirits of the women appear. This has been done before. It was called Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The Slayer with the power has been passed on from generation to generation. It's a tired trope, and it's so old. I cannot believe they went with it. It is horrible, horrible, horrible. But again, AI, man. AI wrote this. They looked at things that make off, girl power shows. And they said, oh, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Let us now copy Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And I honestly believe they shot it through AI and then had someone maybe touch it up. But even that person was just lazy and they just wanted to collect a paycheck and run away from it all. This is so awful, so awful. But we're never even told what the power is. It's supposed to, it gives some people super strength. It gives some people healing abilities. It gives Echo the power to do, I don't know. She can fight with it. She has super strength, but she also can enter your mind and enter your psychosis with it. I don't know, man. Why can't we just have Iron Fist with the glowing hands and just keep it at that? Jeez, if ever I missed the days of Jessica Jones. It's like I never watched Jessica Jones seasons 2 or 3. I would rather watch Jessica Jones seasons 2 and 3 than another season of Echo, She-Hulk, or Secret Invasion. Gladly, I'd watch Jessica Jones, which I think is horrible. But now they've lowered the bar even more with this one. There's a scene where one of her friends called Biscuits, he's the comedic relief who's barely in it. 5 episodes, and you felt like every episode felt like they were stretching out for a story because they only had enough for like maybe 2 episodes. But they said, dang, they gave us 5. How are we going to stretch this out to 5? Honestly, that's what it felt like. Because there's a lot of just fluff in there that means nothing, that does nothing for the story arc, that just bores you to death. But Biscuit is driving his grandma's truck, which the steering wheel is on the other side of the truck. Why? What kind of car in the U.S. drives like English cars do that? They're on the. Let me see. We're on the left side. We drive on the left side of the car. This guy was driving on the right side the whole time in his truck. But why? We don't have a truck there aren't trucks like that in the U.S. It was just weird, just to show his grandma has a unique truck. I don't understand that. And it just kind of threw me out. What was the purpose of that? Was there a joke in there that I missed? Because I was bored the whole time. I mean, to be honest, while watching this, I got games of Stratomatic played. I washed dishes. I just double tasked while just looking up to see. I mean, I was watching it, but just, halfway paying attention if anything was going on because I was just so bored. I was so bored with this one. Oh, geez, does that make it worse than She-Hulk now? Yeah, I may put this below Oh, man, She-Hulk's really annoying. Yeah, I'm going to put this above She-Hulk, though, still. But either way, I don't know what's wrong with the actress, but she's terrible. She's terrible. Her face, it makes her look like she's stupid, like she doesn't have, like she had a lobotomy. A lot of times her little plain stare-out face, or someone who's just, had too much weed and is looking at the camera. I mean, she is such a bad... And here's the thing. Is she a bad actress? Or is the director bad? Because does he not know how to direct this person? I think the actress is bad. Maybe they got her because they thought she fit in this like little small role for Hawkeye. And someone said, hey, she has little to no experience. Let's put her in a full-length TV feature. That's a bad idea because she was bad. And when your star is dead weight, she wasn't annoying like She-Hulk. She-Hulk is one of the most annoyingest characters, in the MCU. So she wasn't annoying, but she was just bland and boring and nothing and nada. Star Wars fans, you hear me talk about Kara, what's her name? The Knight Errant. Now I can't remember her name right now. But Kara Knightley, is that it? No, that's the actress. I don't know what her name is. So anyway, Knight Errant. such a terrible character. Such a terrible lead character. She's so horrible. She's so vanilla. And that's exactly what Echo is. The storyline wouldn't be bad, so to speak. But it kind of tells us what happened to Wilson Fisk after he got shot in Hawkeye. The big, twist ending there. But you knew he was going to be okay. In fact, his eye is perfectly intact. And he has like spider cracks around his eye socket. So what did she hit exactly? The corner of his eye? Did he get it replaced? I don't think he says anything like that, because I did pay attention to the Wilson Fisk scenes. Those are really good. Fisk is great, as always, in this. There just wasn't enough of him in there. It is kind of weird that he cares so much for Echo, but in his nature, he wants people to love him, because he wants to be loved by confidants and stuff like that. And, of course, that's his number one killer, too. So he likes her for that, too. Wants to use her, too. Fisk gets a little bit of a hook at the end, too. We see there are people talk about New York City mayor's race and how they need another candidate, and they're just describing Kingpin. I know it's late in the race, but if someone is a brawler, a knuckle who can knuckle up and take the punches, so an outsider, he could really win here. Because these two candidates, no one's liking, and we need someone from the outside and who's tough, and who's mean and bully, and yeah, we need someone like Kingpin. Maybe you should have said, I don't know, but they're just dropping several deftone hints there that Kingpin's going to run, and again, terribly written. All you had to say is New York mayor. The primary polls are in. Looks like no one's excited about these candidates. Will there be a third party, an outsider? Who knows? That's all they really had to say. But they had to describe all the attributes of Wilson Fisk and let the viewer know that, oh, is Wilson Fisk going to be the mayor? He's going to run for mayor? Yes, of course he is. They just defined him. I wish they needed the New York needs a candidate who wears white all the time, who doesn't have hair. They should have just gone ahead and said that too. The writing is so terrible. There is another thing. There's a scene where they capture Echo. These hillbillies do. They hang her upside down in the middle of the skate rink. Great, she can't escape. But for some reason, when she becomes conscious, they take her down and then decide to move her into another room to tie her up. I don't know why she doesn't break all their necks right then and there, but oh well. Anyway, they give her every chance to escape. And of course she does. She breaks out, but they lock her in the room. Now you can't get out. But don't worry, she uses some kind of little contraption and shoots out the lights on both sides of the room because there's just a wall separating them. I guess she can't just jump over the wall. I don't know why. Anyway, or climb over it. I don't know. Move some stuff and just jump over it. But she has to shoot the light on the other side and shoot her light out. So now there's no lights. And of course, the guard, who's just this fat girl, goes in there with a gun going, "Where are you? Show yourself. Where are you?" And I'm like, why would you do that? You already know she's dangerous. You ran out of the room and locked it when you knew she was, uncuffed. It doesn't make any sense. So she can get out? It just doesn't make any sense. It's just such a terrible... It's not even thought out. Again, AI, you failed us on this script. You failed us on this script. Everything about this, it's just mind-numbingly dumb. A good point here. I put something good here. The music at the skate rink was awesome. Someone remembers the 90s fondly, or the early 2000s, and they played a lot of songs from that era, which I thought was fun. Or the 80s. They played an 80s song. So they had a good eye for a good ear for music. Who knew? In a TV show about a deaf girl, they actually got the music right. But the music at the skate rink was fun. There you go. There's one fun thing I can say about it. All her family members seemed extremely bored throughout the whole show, and they try to make one of them seem quirky and funny, or they all have their own personalities, but they're all just boring. None of them really, have that big a role in Echo's life. In fact, the grandmother's the weirdest one of all. She doesn't like Echo. She doesn't want her around this town, but when she sees her, she welcomes her with open arms. She's part of the family. That's the other thing. It kind of ends where Echo sits, all her family's outside eating at a picnic, outside eating together, having a good time, and she comes. It's the ending of a Fast and Furious movie. I swear, it's the exact ending of a Fast and Furious movie. We're all when she walks in, they all look at her, pause, smile, get up, and hug her. Because we're all family here. It's all about family. Oh my goodness. It was just, I thought immediately, Fast and Furious. If you're going to have them sit around a table, don't have them sitting outside enjoying the outside, because that's how every Fast and Furious movie ends. They're all outside barbecuing, got all this great food around the table. They're all sitting there laughing, joking with each other because they're all family. Do that inside, maybe. Make it just a little bit different, but so on the nose, terrible. But the whole family is boring. The whole family is boring. I didn't care about any of them. I did not care about a single soul. Let's see. Oh, the other thing, it keeps saying on each one, it says mature content. And my wife was getting worried because my little boy watched a few episodes with me. She went, mature content? What's it showing? I said, Meg, I haven't seen it show anything yet. And it didn't. In fact, it's kind of bland. I don't know where the mature content is coming from. There was nothing in there. But they kept saying, mature content, reviewers beware. And I was like, what? Because when I first saw that, I was like, ooh, we're going to see someone's head get decapitated, or, something like Brawl and Cell Block 99. Ooh, if you haven't seen that one, bud, oh, man, you want to cringe at just pure. It's Vince Vaughn at his best, by the way. Vince Vaughn is shown as his regular height. He is like 6'5". The dude's a real giant in real life, but they don't hide his height in that movie, and it is brutal. It is brutal. The movie is tame throughout the first half. Then after he breaks the arm of this prison guard and you see the bone out, you're like, ooh, that was ooh. And it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, it doesn't get better. It gets worse. The violence does. But that's a really good film. That has mature content in it because of its violence. Echo, no. This could easily pass for a Mickey Mouse show. After hours, I guess, but you could play it. I don't get it. It's not that mature at all. So that's kind of weird. I don't know what the deal was with that. But either way, they slapped mature warning on there, and nothing ever happened. Every episode, I kept going, well, where is it? Because I thought maybe it's just one scene that's going to happen, and then they're going to show flashbacks from it. Maybe that's why they keep showing the warning, but I never understood. Overall, Echo, garbage. Yeah, I could definitely tell on that one. Now I have to ask myself, I truly have to ask myself, since Bruce is no longer able to, and I don't want to ask anyone else to watch this crap with me. I just don't. I don't feel like telling other people to waste their time. Do I want to continue watching Marvel? I really have to make that decision, because when I do, I'm done. I was going to be done a long time ago. Before when WandaVision came out, I was done with Marvel. But my wife convinced me to watch them. Now my wife stopped watching after Loki, or she never watched Moon Knight or Miss Marvel. I think she never watched Moon Knight. Oh no, Moon Knight she just wasn't interested in. Miss Marvel, and she just kind of walked away. Marvel's everything. She doesn't watch any of it. She's completely walked away. So she doesn't watch it with me. And then Bruce was keeping me on for the podcast so we could do reviews on it. And I was like, sure, yeah, I guess for that. But now he's too busy. And now after the first two, one was he got, what he forgot once. The other time he couldn't make it because of work. And this time he can't do it either. So there's been excuses along the way. But, and I've been busy too. But overall, I don't even know if I want to do these anymore. Maybe Bruce will come over and we'll talk about just anything but Marvel. Maybe talk about DC. I don't want to do DC at all either now that I think about it. But I don't know. I'm super disappointed. Just super disappointed because, oh, mercy me. It stopped being fun. It stopped being fun. It was fun. I mean, even Guardians of the Galaxy 3 that we reviewed and talked about last summer. That was good. So there is some good coming out of Marvel still. So maybe keep giving it the old college try. But I'll be honest, it is wearing on me. And so the first time I was going to quit, maybe I should have quit then. But I wouldn't have gotten to see Spider-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which I thought were really good movies. I really thought Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that's the last great thing that I think that's come out from Marvel now. So maybe there's hope. And then maybe Bruce can come on the next one and do it with me. And then hopefully Benjamin can come back so it won't sound awful. But now that I think about it, I don't mind that it sounds awful because I'm reviewing an awful TV show. Oddly enough, without sound. By the way, the sign language stuff was boring. I get it. At first you do it, it's kind of fun, but that they signed the very end, the very last thing with Kingpin was done quietly through sign language, and that was a poor choice. Again, AI failed us again. All right, I'm done talking about this. Hey guys, I will see you next time, hopefully with better sound, on Princes of the Universe.